What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now in this video we're going to be talking about promoting MaxBounty Sweepstakes, surveys, and pretty much any other offer where they're required to submit some form of information. So something like surveys, sweepstakes, email submits. And it's very important because these offers are very different from some of the other offers. So you really have to know how to promote them properly. And here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover how to correctly promote sweepstakes, surveys, email submits, and I'm probably missing a few other types of offers, but all the similar ones to this. Why do you need a funnel when promoting these offers? How to set up the right funnel? The purpose of the funnel. Why do you even need a funnel at all? And what does a funnel actually do? Building the right quiz, more tips and tricks, and some final thoughts. So this is going to be a very important presentation, especially if you're having trouble promoting CPA surveys, sweepstakes, and email submits. And we're going to be focusing on MaxBounty today, but this is applicable to pretty much any other CPA network or pretty much any other system, any other offer where you're asking people to submit a certain piece of email or a piece of information so that they can, get something. So maybe like a prize or something. All right, guys. So here I am in my MaxBounty campaign search screen, and I'm looking at offers. And whenever you see, and now if you look at the CPA rate column, whenever you see offers that pay you a fairly small amount, so that could be under $1, maybe up to $5, something like that. In some cases, it could be a little bit more. If they pay a relatively small amount, that means that the person is, they don't really need to sign up for a trial. They don't need to buy anything. They just need to give their information. So this could be an email. This could be their, address, a zip code, or anything like that. Because some of the higher offers, they actually need to sign up for something. They need to maybe sign up for a free trial, or they need to get, they need to basically submit their credit card information. So something like a $20 offer, if we open that, they will probably need to sign up for something. So yeah, it says user signs up to receive a free 7-day trial of credit monitoring service. And so in this offer, you don't really need a special funnel. Yeah, you need some kind of a funnel, but what you don't need to do is qualify the user. You don't need for the user to prove themselves, because you're basically giving them something. You're basically telling them, hey, here's a product, and this product has a benefit, right? This product has a benefit, and the user can look at it and say, okay, I am interested in the benefit that this product provides, and I'm going to go and sign up to this. However, there are other offers, right? And these are usually sweepstakes, surveys. So if I search for some surveys, so you have Survey Club, right? Survey Club, $216 per lead. You have signature surveys, $2 per lead. You have Survey Junkie, right? Now these offers, the benefit that they provide is relatively high for the type of work you have to do. So usually, you gotta just submit, some information, and you're entered for a drawing to win like a lot of money, right? There are some surveys where you could possibly win something like, let's see, there's a home makeover. This is one survey that I promoted some time ago, and so this is home makeover. So let's take a look at this one. They can basically sign up for a chance to win $150,000. So this offer, if a person sees this offer, their immediate reaction is, this is too good to be true. And this would be easily my reaction if I see this offer online, and it should be your reaction, right? I mean, yeah, there's a chance to win, but, versus like the amount of work they have to do versus the value they're getting is unbalanced, right? There's an imbalance. So I just gotta fill out one page, single opt-in, and there's a chance to win $150,000. That's crazy, right? So the person, the visitor that looks at it, their immediate reaction is like, this is BS, right? This is not gonna work, and it's rightly so, right? Because the chance of winning it isn't like so high, right? It's not like very high, and so their mind is thinking, okay, the chance of winning is relatively low. But what if? And the work they have to do is very little. And this sets off this kind of BS detector in people. And so when you're promoting offers where the person needs to do relatively little work in exchange for a relatively big prize, you have to do more. You have to qualify the person. And you do that by explaining to them that this offer is not for everybody. It's only for certain people. You have to be A, B, and C, and D, and E, F, G, and all these things. In other words, you have to make the person feel like this is a limited time offer. And not only it's a limited time offer, but it's also an offer that's specifically tailored to them. It's not an offer that's open to everybody. And you do that by setting up a special funnel. So here we have a diagram. We have the regular affiliate marketing flow, right? We have the user clicks on the Facebook ad, they go to the landing page, they go to the offer page, and they go to the checkout page. And this is how it works when you have an equal amount of benefit and the amount of work they have to do, or the amount of work that they have to do and the benefits. So if they're buying a product, you don't need to qualify them, right? Because, well, they're going to give you money, right? They're going to give you money, they're going to get the product in exchange. But when you're doing something like surveys, sweepstakes, email submits, anything where you're promising them a huge drawing or, in exchange for some piece of work, you need to qualify them, right? Because it sets off a BS detector, and rightly so, because the chances of winning aren't really high. And, there's probably a chance, or maybe they'll win something else. But, people are very wary about going forward with this offer. And so you got to change around your marketing funnel. And one way you can do that is by using quizzes. Okay, so for instance, we have the CPA marketing flow, and this is for surveys. Let's put survey, not for everything, right? But usually CPA is about action, right? It's not about purchasing something. It's about taking an action. So I'll just put surveys and sweepstakes. So for instance, something like that, so So the user lands on your Facebook ad, for instance. They go to the landing page. They don't go to the offer page right away. They go to the quiz, and the quiz purpose is to qualify the user. Now, there's probably a lot of ways of qualifying the user. Quiz is one of them. Question and answer is probably one of the most direct ways of qualifying the user, because there are another way of qualifying the user is for if you find users only that are in a certain area. So for instance, if you are selling a product that's only available in a certain area, or you're selling a product that's only available for people who work at this company or for people with this background, that's a form of qualification as well. So this would be an indirect form of qualification. So you're reaching out. Let's say you have a product that's only available to residents of Wyoming or residents of Ohio. And then you target them, and they see the ad, then you can say in the ad, this is for residents of Ohio only. Things like that. You wouldn't be able to say that in the Facebook ad, but you'll, because Facebook doesn't like when you actually specify some characteristics of the person that's viewing the ad. But you get my point, right? You'll be able to do it in an email campaign or something like that. But that's a form of indirect qualification. You're basically telling them that, hey, you can take advantage of this offer because you fit the criteria. But in this case, we're doing direct qualification. And so that's why we're using the quiz. So in this example, we have the user, we have the Facebook ad, we have the landing page, we have the offer and the checkout page. And in between, we have the quiz, and the quiz qualifies them. So if they don't fill out the quiz, they don't get to see the offer. But it's two ways, right? It qualifies them using two methods. One, they need to actually fill out the quiz. If you don't fill out the quiz, okay, too bad. You don't get to see the offer. You don't get to submit and apply for the offer, right? And number two is you have to get the questions right. Now, of course, they don't really need to get them right. There's no such thing as a right or wrong question when it comes to this kind of offer. They just need to basically fill out the quiz to completion and hope that they possibly got the question right. And that is really the secret here. And that is how we promote things like surveys and sweeps. And this is very applicable to CPA stuff, because CPA is really cost per action. It's really all about getting the user to take a certain action. This is a small action or maybe a little bit bigger action, but it's never really about buying. Now, of course, MaxBounty also has e-com products. They also have trials. They also have credit card submits, but that's different. You don't really need a quiz for that, because if they submit a credit card, they go for a trial, you don't need to qualify them, right? At that point, they know that, they see the product, and they understand, okay, this product costs $10 a month, and they're gonna get some value out of it. There's no, it's too good to be true. They're not getting that feeling there, right? This is why it's very, very important. It's a psychological trick, essentially, to get people to qualify and feel that, hey, they are going to actually, maybe win it, because this offer is not for the whole United States or the entire planet. It's only for certain types of people. Maybe it's residents of New York City, or residents of Los Angeles, or residents of the state. And that's why it's very, very powerful. So quizzes are important. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is how do you actually implement quizzes? Now, there are all kinds of ways of implementing a quiz. It's like, it's like making food, right? How many ways can you cook rice? How many types of sandwiches can you make? How many types of burgers are there? It doesn't really matter. But, you could use ClickFunnels, pretty much any kind of modern tool, you can make a quiz. I'm using Thrive Quiz Builder, which I really like, and I've had very good success with it. And so I want to briefly show you some of the quizzes that I have. So I have 3 quizzes that I have that I've been working on. So I have a sample quiz, sweepstakes quiz 1, CPA offer with no opt-in, and then a CPA offer with an opt-in. So with an opt-in means that there's going to be a squeeze page after they complete the quiz, but before they get to see the offer. This is for a chance for me to capture their email so that I can market them other offers. And then I have another quiz with no opt-in. So let's take a look at this no opt-in quiz just to keep things very simple. And so what I have is a quiz structure, right? I have the splash page, which is the landing page that, essentially a landing page that the person sees after they click on the ad. We have 3 questions. Typically, I like to keep them 3 questions. You can make it 2 questions, but if you have maybe 1 or 2 questions, then the person is going to feel, hey, I don't really do a lot of work. I don't, it's too crazy for me to win, possibly win or be even eligible for such a crazy, $300,000 grand prize offer. So I like to have about 3 questions. I recommend 3 to 5 questions, right? Sometimes even more questions will, increase the amount of people that will actually go through this offer. So I like to have 3 questions. Sometimes I have 4 questions. Doesn't really matter. Well, actually, it does matter. But 3 to 4 is better than 1 and 2. And next, we have the URL redirect. You can also have a results page. But in this case, we don't really care about the results page because there's really no right and wrong answers to these questions. They're all right. It's just all questions. You answer them. Doesn't matter how you answer them. And so we can go and manage our questions. I can show you the UI that's for doing that. And so we have our kind of UI here for the questions. We have the quiz start. We have the first question, the second question, and the third question. And so it's a really nice UI, very easy to design. And I'm sure this is the case with a lot of these other visual kind of quiz builders or landing page builders and whatnot. And so we have the first question, and this is for a home makeover, right? They're essentially entering for a chance to win $150,000 grand prize to remodel their house. Okay, so we have the first question, which is, how long have you owned your house? And it's less than a year, 1 to 5 years, 5+ years. Why do you want to renovate your home? We have, and then I want, it says, I want to change. Let's see, what does it say here? Let's go to this question. We can edit it real quick. I want to change the style of furniture. I'm expanding the house. It's an old house. It just needs renovation. Okay, so that's, I just made up these questions real quick. There's no correct answer. And then finally, we have which sections of the house need to be renovated. The kitchen, the living room, the bedrooms, everything. Right? And I put everything in there because chances are a lot of these people will choose everything. Now, I'm not tracking answers. I don't really care what they answer. I just know that they just need to answer something and they need to feel that they're being chosen for this. This is not available to everybody. This is only available to certain people. They got to pass. They got to, it's like, the university, right? Like, in the United States, they have an Ivy League system. And Ivy League system has a stringent entry requirement. And imagine if Harvard basically sent you one question that said something like, what is 2 + 2? Now, everybody would answer it. And then what would that say about the prestige of a university like Harvard? I mean, what would that really say? And it would say that, at the end of the day, this is it takes everybody. They don't have a lot of value. And also, imagine you are applying to Harvard or Stanford or Princeton or Yale. And there are 2 questions. What is 2 + 2? And tell me about yourself. And that's it. What would you think? You would think it's crap, right? You would think these universities are not very prestigious and they just accept everybody. And that's really what it's about. The whole point is to qualify the person. And so that's what universities do. That's what a job interview is for. A job interview is another really good example. And that's what it's all about. So this is very important you have to do. Otherwise, people will think that, this is BS. They're never going to win because, there's no question and answer. And so you can configure this quiz, and then you can go back. And we're in the main screen. I could choose right and wrong. And I believe I have quiz type, load next question. So this is, it doesn't really matter, right? You can say highlight the correct answer, highlight and provide feedback. We don't really care about that. We have the simplest style, and then we have the kind of the flow. We can also add in the opt-in gate, which is the email form, email thing, which is going to appear after the questions are filled out, but before we redirect. And in this case, I'm just keeping it simple and just showing how it works. Now, let me show you how it really works. How it looks live. So this is the landing page. Obviously, it's a very simple landing page. You could put some images here and things like that, but it gets the job done. You could start the quiz. You could answer whatever you want, and then we have the opt-in gate. So this is the quiz with the opt-in gate. You fill out, and then you're redirected to another landing page. We're not redirected to the offer right away. We're redirected to another landing page on this screen, and then it says something like, "Congratulations. You're eligible for a chance to win this prize," and then they're redirected to the offer. And that makes the person feel, hey, they actually had to go through something, and it's not available to everybody, and they have a much better chance of winning. And so this is very, very important. So I recommend using, I use Thrive Quiz Builder. You can use any other system you want. The objective is all the same, is that you're qualifying the lead. Another way of qualifying is you could say, hey, email me first and tell me about yourself, and then you could reply and say blah, blah, blah. But this is an automatic way of qualifying, which is very, very important. And so that is how that is one component of successfully promoting surveys, sweepstakes, email submits. Anytime you're telling the user that they have the chance to win something relatively important or something relatively expensive in exchange for providing relatively little information and doing relatively little work, and it's a free thing, especially that it's free. They don't have to pay anything for it. And so that is how you provide. And that is all I have for you for today. I just wanted to make this quick video. If you're struggling with sweepstakes, surveys, email submits, anything, especially this is applicable to CPA stuff, now you know exactly what to do. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, definitely click the like button, so that more people see this video, and then it provides feedback that the value was helpful, and then I can make other videos on this topic or other similar topics. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Definitely subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content related to affiliate marketing, CPA marketing, Google ads, YouTube ads, Bing ads, Facebook ads, or any other similar type of information for making money online. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.